What's up, everyone?
What's going on? What's going on?
How's everybody doing this evening? Should we say hello to a few of the lovely folks that came in here early tonight? And
We should,
yes,
'cause
you're
there's
looking at a younger, handsome gentleman in this position over here.
there's already 60 people in here, so we should definitely say hello.
60. Well, I'm going to say hello to at least 10. And then the other ones, I'm saying hi to the first 10 that I see here. James, thank you for being the first one in here tonight. Chase Chaser right behind that. David, hello. Wayne, hello. Randy, you know what? Hello. Good seeing you here tonight. Dr. John, Pipsqueak, Evelyn, how are you doing? Barry Near, Pop Funko UK. Guys, Riley, hello. Jeremy, hello. David, hello. Wonders, Susan, hello. Flint, how are you doing? I haven't seen Flint's name in a while. It makes me happy to see you here. PK Zuna, Paul, hopefully you're doing well. Guys, thank you for stopping by tonight. Honestly, reading all these names gets me sentimental at times because I feel like we read the same names every week. And so let me just tell a quick story, and then I'm gonna let these gentlemen talk as well, because there's actually 3 people here, so I should allow other people to talk as well, I guess.
I'm fine just
So I
listening.
had our auction accidentally set up still for Tuesday, which I did not realize. Obviously, I'm a moron. I didn't reschedule. I was supposed to push it. And like I didn't think that anybody, I know that, like you said, Jen, we had 60 people here, and I don't know how many people end up showing up here tonight or not. And I know people watch on the replays, but I'm like still surprised when people show up. And like on Tuesday night, I got so many messages from people like, "Hey, like what's going on?" We were actually in Florida. We were actually at Disney at the time, so I didn't even see these messages. But to see
I might have been on Spaceship Earth with you, Vince. At that time.
I think I was watching. Yeah, it definitely could have been right at that point. But I did not even realize. And for people to take notice, it was a little bit humbling because honestly, I think that nobody's going to show up every time we turn these lights and cameras on. And I still feel like that to this day. So, and we say it so much, but we do truly appreciate you guys all showing up here, every Thursday night. Last week, obviously, we weren't here. Hopefully, you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Okay, I'm going to stop talking for a couple minutes, and I'll let you guys say
Actually, to piggyback on last week, I love family time. Like, family time is the best. But I was kind of like, I don't know how everybody else felt. I was kind of in the mood. I was like, I could have done like a 30-minute stream with everybody, just like a check-in, like, nothing crazy, no marathon stream or anything, but a little check-in just to see how we were doing.
10 months.
Nice.
Oh, David, I wish I had the music. At some point, I'm going to get sophisticated like everybody else and have some music or something cool.
And the reason I say I was kind of feeling it was because I was on YouTube and whatnot, like surfing through other people's streams. So I was kind of like, this kind of feels weird that we're not streaming right now. So
yeah, if we were not out of town, I probably would have loved to do that as well. Because I truly do. I love seeing everybody's names. I was gonna say faces, but you guys know what I'm saying. I love seeing everybody's names that show up here every week. It really does mean a lot to us. And we say it all the time.
Jason, you were good. Thank you so much.
You mentioned, everyone's mentioning Vince is 20 years younger now. It's vacation and a shave. I think that helped. But
you look like a new man.
John is 1 year older, I hear now.
Yeah, John looks 1 year older.
Yep.
Honestly, Jen, you have to go see Professor Josh again. I got to see him. Me and him hung out on Tuesday for a good part of the day. And I think that's why I look younger. I was in the presence of a professor.
So
I was jealous that you guys got to hang out. So
my favorite part of that day actually is going on Living with the Land, Vince. I think that
Living with the Land was pretty.
Living with the Land's usually kind of a quiet, chill ride and everything, but the lights were awesome. They had like Christmas lights all set up.
Josh, let's be honest. I think it's because I was sitting next to you on that boat.
It probably was. It was like we're hanging out. And then
it was magical.
Bree gets us the quick pass in, fast pass with you guys in.
Bree's something out, man. We had 23 people that had to eat together 2 times. We did this twice in the parks. 23 people. actually, I finagled one of those into getting everybody together, but she's like a master of putting that stuff all together. And really, she's a master of Disney. She knows how to do all that stuff. But yeah, she was able to sneak Josh and Shannon on the ride as well. So
there you go.
Pretty great.
Susan, I'm so sorry to hear about your terrible Thanksgiving, COVID and pneumonia. That sucks.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. Who had that?
Susan, unfortunately.
Susan, yeah, you know what? Susan has messaged me, and I believe I said, get well soon. Hopefully you're feeling better now. I got it, the last couple days of vacation, I was pretty sick. Bree got home here today, and she's got a sinus infection, so I think it was running rampant in our house, and then being in all the crowds and everything. And the weather was not great, and we got rained on quite a bit, but we'll battle through. We'll all battle through. We'll get through the other side at some point.
So I saw John had a giant trailer of toys, not like a car of toys.
Yeah,
it was pretty impressive.
It was a very busy week for us. It's funny. I feel like when I'm off from my regular job, I work harder, if that makes sense. But yeah, we did the big drop off today for all the toys, and huge sigh of relief. I know. Well, Joanna we came home. She went to bed. She took a nap for a while, but felt really good. 3-4 months of work finally accumulated to today, and we made the drop off. So, and it's not even December. Like tomorrow's December 1st. So that's, I think, what we feel extra good about. We kind of shifted our schedule from last year up about 10 days, and not to say like, oh, now we're done with it, but more of like, there's so many things that can go wrong, or could add extra obstacles. So I think overall, for the mountain of work that we had to do, it went pretty smooth. So thank you to everybody who participated, sent stuff, who bought stuff, who promoted it. It was truly mind-blowing seeing the amount of stuff that we purchased with that much money. So
well, that's what's great. It feels like it would be so easy to spend that amount, and then when I seen the amount of stuff that you guys had, it's like, wow, that's work. That's like work. I feel like it's not like the amount of stuff that we buy every week, but when you have to do that in a couple trips, like that's no joke. That is serious business.
It felt weird. Well, like you're going into a store and you're like, okay, we have to spend $4,000 in this store. I feel like it's so much fun. Different.
You ask the people tell the people at the front that you're about to do that?
So we had a couple mixed reactions, and I think next year the only store that we're not going to go back to is Target, because they were not very happy with us buying that much stuff. Joanna had one poor interaction with one lady running the self-checkout, because last year when we were at Target, they actually told us to go to the self-checkout, that don't go through the regular checkout and hold up the lanes, go to the self-checkout, you scan your
do you know how many people they got to get to come through there to sell $4,000 worth of stuff?
I know.
Hold up the lane. If I was a manager, I'd get on the cashier thing, and bring this stuff up. It's $4,000. Like, it's not chump change.
Yeah. Well, regardless, believe it or not, Lego store is always a blast to go to, but Kohl's was extremely friendly. They gave us one of their giant carts. They said, whatever you need, we got you guys. They didn't make us like, how sometimes in the stores they have like a snake line.
Yeah.
They didn't make us wait in the snake line with our giant cart. I just waited off to the side. Once Joanna waited in line and everything, then we were able to just bring the cart right up and unpack everything, and the cashiers and managers there were so friendly. So I think we're going to do a majority of the shopping next year at Kohl's. We also went to Walmart. Walmart was, it was like they weren't like mean to us, but they didn't give you any special.
They didn't make you cut out the S line or anything.
Yeah, so it was, but Walmart has really good stuff for good prices, so that's why we wanted to go to Walmart. So I
think you have the biggest selection of toys.
Yeah, they do have a big selection. We didn't go to Five Below. A lot of people recommended we go to Five Below. Did any stores give us a discount? No. So none of the stores gave us a discount, because unfortunately, with all the promotions that the stores are running right now, usually any extra coupons or anything are excluded.
You couldn't even get Kohl's Cash?
Yeah.
We were able to get Kohl's Cash on a few
Mm.
things, but it was very selective. It was only like we bought a few like books and like stuffed animals. So the toys were excluded because a lot of the toys were already 25% off. So did we self-checkout everywhere? No, we didn't self-checkout anywhere. Honestly, and the shout out to the Lego store. So the Lego store, you know, they can't give you a discount, but you do get, you know, points on your account for making purchases through Lego. But what the Lego store that we usually go to did was they actually pulled out some like bonus, really small like poly bags and stuff.
Oh, nice.
So they gave us like extra goodies just that they
cool.
yeah, they just have in the back room to give away to kids and like, you know, customers anyway. So they just gave us a huge box of that stuff. And so that was kind of like, you know, I don't know, whatever you want to call it,
Bonus.
discount, bonus.
Yeah, it is, because
whatever.
kids are going to get that. I mean, that's super cool, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, Target is very ungrateful. I worked at Target. I mean, I guess the Target culture hasn't changed. We love going to Target, but for whatever reason, yeah, this is the second year in a row where they were not really happy seeing us roll up with many carts. And this year we were actually more strategic. So instead of going in and saying, all right, like for Target, we need to spend $4,000, we would make like we would go and we'd find about $1,000 worth of stuff, go to the register, then we'd load it up in our cars, and then we would just do that 4 times instead of
makes sense.
getting like 10 carts and holding up the lines for like an hour. So I think the biggest thing is they don't want you holding up the lines. And since Target is so popular, like we went in the middle of the day, and by like 1:30, 2 o'clock, we started to hold up the lines, and there was like 50 people behind us, you know, with various amounts of items. So then Joanna and I just called.
But the crazy thing is, I'm sure they have like 8 registers no one's using at all that are like
open. They had.
Well, that's why I'm saying, like, why would they not get somebody? If
I don't know, they had like 10 registers, but they were only using 2 of them or 3 of them. So yeah, you think they would open up more? But yeah, but we're gonna go back to Kohl's next year for sure. Very positive experience there.
Well, that's pretty awesome. So speaking of shopping, did you guys do anything for Black Friday? Did you guys get anything?
We bought a lot of stuff.
Stuff or like Funko stuff, or stuff in general?
Yeah,
we bought a lot of Funko stuff. I didn't buy as much Funko stuff as I thought, because I thought the sale was going to be a little bit better.
Yeah, me too. I was kind of disappointed in the sale.
Yeah. But we did buy plenty from the Funko shop. I bought a bunch of 3 liters that I've been waiting on. Like, I was really hoping some of the 3 liters would be a little bit more discounted, but I'm still happy with the prices that I did get. We bought a bunch of mystery boxes. Like, we didn't buy any expensive mystery boxes this year. We bought.
What did you get as far as mystery boxes?
We got Poptopia or whatever that.
The $5 boxes.
Yeah, the $5 boxes. Okay. We got like all like the mid to lower end boxes. So, did
you pick anything up, Josh?
You know, I picked up a couple. Like, I picked up the stuff from the Funko shop. Couple things from there. I picked up. What else did I grab? I did grab a Ralphie's mystery box, a bigger one, the All Freddy one. Those were the All Freddy's. And then I'm trying to think of the other ones. I think I might have picked up a couple like smaller things, like you said, but nothing. I don't feel like there was as many things dropped this year, too.
Yeah,
it was over the week. A lot of stuff was over the week.
Yeah.
I got some stuff probably earlier in that week than
some places have been advertising Black Friday prices since like the beginning of November. So by the time Black Friday arrived, I was like, all right, is everything like basically free?
I was kind of thinking that the same thing. Like, where were they going to do, or where were they going to go? You know, honestly, most of it was because we were at the Magic Kingdom from 9 a.m. to midnight pretty much on that Friday. I honestly didn't get to look at that much. We actually got a $250 box from Fugitive, because I always hear about the Fugitive boxes. We missed out on 2 years ago. I don't know if they did anything last year. I can't remember if it was last year, but you always hear about the Fugitive box. We're finally able to get one. So I got one of those boxes this year. And then man, I don't know if we got anything else. Friday was kind of a blur to me now. I don't even know if I got anything on the Funko shop. Now, Josh, you said you picked up the mystery box. Did you get the mystery box with Freddy in? I'm asking rhetorical questions. Like, and I already knew what Josh had picked up as well. I'm just bringing the audience into our, you know what I'm saying? I'm asking the question like I didn't know the answer. So did you pick up the Freddy mystery box?
I did. I ended up picking up 2 because they were marked down to 40 when they dropped, right?
40.
I thought 40 was a great
drop.
Yeah.
I mean that's when they dropped. They were at $40, and you got the Freddy, and you got 5 other pops for $40. I mean, and they're going to be like Funko Shop exclusives or some other exclusives and stuff like that. Mainly, they don't seem to put like common stuff in their mystery boxes, like the like non-stickered anything. They didn't put like. I would say most of those. Oh, and I did grab Smy. Smy World had like a hunt for like 2-pack. That was
Gosh, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
I picked up at least 2 of those.
That was a Cyber Monday, not a Black Friday.
It was Cyber Monday, and they're actually still available for sale. They're going to ship the top hits no matter what, and I believe you have till Monday or Sunday night or something like that.
2 pops for $22 or something like that, right?
Yeah, and they had those were some big grails that were in there.
4 awesome 2-packs. Like like 2 of them I would really want. Like Jessica Rabbit and Roger Rabbit 2-pack would be awesome. And then they had the Mr. Hyde and Bugs Bunny.
Yes,
that one's cool.
That would be one of our ultimates for sure.
Yeah, those 2 would be so. They're worth a chance, I guess.
Jeremy got a 442nd Clone Trooper.
Yes, so I was gonna say something, and they had these available for $35.
That's it.
$35. They sold out fairly quickly.
Oh, I was about to say I would have scooped them all up.
I would have too. I mean, the 442nd was $35, and they also had the Santa from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the OG one. Was $25, which I believe that's probably around a $45 or $50 pop. I think they had that up for $25, if I remember correctly. And they've got Fugitive has been with Funko for a long time. They must have cases and cases of certain, because I see ones that they bring out over and over. And the 442nd has been a top hit in some of their boxes, but I see that like people get them left and right. So. They did a couple pretty good deals on that as well. And then just to kind of say I did not pick up. Let me think about it. No, I did not check out. It's actually still sitting in my cart, the $40 mystery box with the Freddy in it. But 5 other pops, you're basically getting a $15 Freddy, and you're getting the 5 other pops for $5 each. You can't complain too much with whatever. I mean, I've seen some of the combinations of the boxes. And no, I mean they're not terrible. No. Yeah, they're not like the best thing ever, but are they horrible? I don't think that they're horrible. I mean, let's kind of review our so you ended up winning, right, John? Out of us 3
I think you won, Vince, right? I don't know.
I think we won by $1.
You won by $1,
maybe $1. Yeah. Okay. It was close.
I think somebody else said that we won, but I think we had 221, and I believe John had 222.
The only reason I know we won is because I had to go in and just kind of delete some of the comments like right away. Like somebody commented, like I don't know how they did it. Somebody commented like 2 minutes into the video drop.
We went right to the end of our videos. They're going for the punchline. They're not here for any of the.
And I appreciate the comments, but I was just like, all right, well, if somebody watches this, like, and other people were commenting. I saw like Christopher Went and like a few other people were commenting on that comment, like, way to ruin it, like spoiler alert, blah blah. So I appreciate like people jumping on there, like commenting right away, but like, don't ruin it immediately.
I said it to you guys in private, and I'll say it again here. Like, and listen, we're not shills for Funko in any way. And when they do stuff that we don't like, we call it out. You guys are here every week. We try to be as positive as possible and be.
Actually, speaking of that, can we stay on that subject for 2 seconds?
Sure.
So, we got a box from Funko. Wow. Okay. So we did, I forgot, this kind of got swept up in the Toys for Tots stuff. So we actually had a little like grenade of negativity on our channel, which was really a bummer. So it was kind of
Oh,
funny.
that. Oh, for that. I thought you
Yeah.
were going to tell me about some packing horror story.
No. So
I know what you're about to say now,
so
and
we
I've
did
got something to say too.
Friday, we did our $7 a pop video where we got the lucky bags, and like we all got the lucky bags, and there was a lot of people that got lucky bags, you know, because a lot, you know, they reached out to a lot of people. So I just thought it was funny. We got the lucky bags from $7 a pop, and everybody was like, you know, at least everybody who commented on the video, like, oh, these bags are cool, great value, like, you know, I might pick one up, I won't pick one up, whatever, like lots of positive comments. That was technically a sponsored video. Like we got that item for free to promote, open up, make content with, right? The following day, Saturday, we opened up a box that we've had for 2 months that we just...
You legit had that for 2 months, because I remember you telling me about it about 2 months ago.
It's been a while, and it just so happened that we did 2 back-to-back sponsored videos. I don't think it's ever happened on the channel before, for us at least. And there was a lot of, not a lot, but there was a few people who said some really rude things in the comments. Couple people who messaged us on Instagram or commented on some of our recent posts. Like, I was really shocked. I you know, we didn't even get...
I'm really not shocked.
I was just blown away. Like, people were like, oh, this is why, you know, YouTubers are the worst. And then somebody wrote this big long comment about how if they went and started their own channel, like, you know, they deserve to get free stuff. But, you know, why do YouTubers get free stuff? It was just, yeah. People saying like, oh, you guys are big sellouts now. You'll do anything to, you know, kiss Funko's butt and everything. And I was just like, wow, that is not us at all. But
no, I mean, people that know, like, we're here every week. We are definitely, we call it as we see it. I mean, do we do it in a negative way? I think we try to keep things positive, because what's the point of being negative? I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it kind of speaks for itself. There's stuff that's not going to be great, just like anything. It's not going to be great, but you know, I think we're pretty good with calling it the way we see it, and you know, so and I've told people this before: put out a video 3 times a week or 2 times a week, whatever you want to do for the next 3 to 4 years. And if they send you a $30 box, hey, that's, you know, that's amazing. It's hard to do. You know, I don't think you know, we didn't get a games box. I didn't comment on John's video and say, why didn't they, you know what I mean? I'm genuinely, whenever I see anybody get anything for some of the work that they're putting in, man, I'm happy for people. I'm genuinely happy for people. I'm happy for John that they reached out. I'm happy for all of us. And, you know, they've reached out to not just, listen, I don't consider big in any stretch of the imagination our channel.
I consider, so just because a lot of people have asked, this is how I see it. I think if you're 100,000 or above, I consider that big. Like, just because some people have asked them, even 50,000. Yeah, but at least at least 50. I think, you know, up there. Now you're like a serious channel. And not to say that we aren't serious channels. It's just that we haven't been doing it probably as long as some other people, or XYZ, whatever.
Like, if we were a shirt size, I'd be out of the toddler division. You know what I mean? I think I'd be extra small.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm like out of the kids section, but like in a real smallish kind of way, like an extra small. But, you know, they reached out to other people as well, and smaller channels, bigger channels. And I think that's honestly, I think $7 a pop has done some very nice stuff in the community. They've given out stuff for other reasons. This is not even about us. I see Gerald, thank you for saying we deserve it, but I don't even think we necessarily deserve it. I think $7 a pop deserves a thank you from the community. And, you know, we do that by showing the dollars as well. But I think they gave it to a lot of other people, not just the 3 people that were sitting here, and maybe got people that don't just have a live stream. I seen some other channels get it as well. And that's honestly, I think that's bigger on them than on us, because I don't think they sold 10,000 boxes or something because we talked about it for 10 minutes. I seen schmedium, and then I said 10 mediums, whatever I was going to say there. But you know what I mean? I just, that's the way I feel about it. I think it's more about them than us. And I think it's just a nice thing that they did. Because really, what were they like? They asked if we could put it out. I'm just doing full disclosure. I don't even care. it's not like we're
No,
told
it's nothing
not to say
secret. They
anything.
kind of like gave us all like a very cookie cutter message.
Yeah, they said, hey, if you could get this out before Monday, but you know what? They didn't say, hey, if you can't get this out before Monday, you're not getting it. Do you know what I mean? So, like, we didn't have to put it out. Like, I felt kind of obligated because it was a very nice thing to do. But I don't, it's not like they demanded it or required it. So I think it was a very nice thing for them to do.
I just think
community in general.
it's funny because last week there was another company who reached out to us and we said no. And it's funny because like people will never see or never know, and it's not our place to disclose the details of that conversation or those emails, because I'm not going to publicly bash a company. Like if somebody reaches out to us, and I know the same thing with you guys, if somebody reaches out, and I know people have reached out because we've talked about it, you guys have gotten email requests from companies saying, hey, can you promote my product? And if it's a product that either doesn't make sense for our channel or it's something that we don't agree with or don't feel comfortable promoting, we're not going to promote it. So I just thought it was really funny. It was like, wow, like the one like back-to-back time where we actually, obviously we love Funko, or we wouldn't be here without Funko. And I am a huge fan of $7 a pop. So when they reached out, I was like, yeah, like I'd be honored to do this. It'd be great. So it's just funny, but people will never see the no's, they'll never see the people that we turned away. So
yeah, you guys don't know. I turned down a very high fashioned sunglass manufacturer on Amazon that asked if I could wear some women's sunglasses. Maybe they wanted Bree to wear the women's sunglasses, but you guys won't know that I turned them down today.
Yeah. Anyway, I just brought that up just because it was, I don't know, it was just kind of funny. It's all like coming back to me over the weekend because it got kind of lost in the shuffle of the Toys for Tots stuff of that week, of course. But yeah, it's just I guess good to know, like in a way, but also it's really funny because like some of the people, the way they commented, they were like, oh, that's it, like I'm quitting Funko. It's like, really? Like a video of us
that's what finally broke the camel's back, huh?
A video of us showing off puzzles that made you quit? Like, I'm done. Like
that.
Oh man,
I feel like they might have been done anyway, to be honest.
Yeah. But anyway, the Matthew, it is a very smart, and it's not uncommon. It's pretty common. Like in every community that a company will utilize content creators to promote products.
So if you guys didn't know, I think I've told you guys before, but if anyone's watching didn't know, like I used to do a lot of tech educational blogging and things like that, and I would do things and companies would send stuff or send software or things, but also they would pay besides that too. They're like, here's $250 for your time, plus here's your thing to review, and you're signing a contract saying you're going to review it and those kind of things, and part of it, or you state your fees or whatever. But also we did a lot of food blogging, and we did a lot of local food blogging as well too, and like Instagram food blogs and stuff. Sometimes we would do recipe companies and recipes like with things, but also just going to places and reviewing them, like you spend a night out and you're with a other group of bloggers and they're featuring their new menu for the evening and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a lot of things like that, and they look at a variety of people, like size wise. Sometimes size wise is not as big of a deal as the audience they have, if it's directly related. Sure. Like if someone's directly related to Funko, but also like someone directly related to Orlando, they would want someone that's talking about Orlando, like restaurants or whatever, those kind of things. They wouldn't want someone in Texas talking about Orlando restaurants, probably, those kind of things. So all those, I think, are big pieces. And, I think that's for anyone. You never know who can talk to. I think we've all built relationships, but also we've spent a lot of money with some of these companies I think it's like I said, like Vince said, a nice gesture, a nice like thank you to some people that probably have done videos and supported them. Some people have been like longtime influencers with them, and they might get paid, they might not, I don't know. They might just get some stuff sent to them or something like that, but they might get paid as well too. But we all kind of disclose, we all did that as like it's a sponsored video because it's free stuff. Like other videos, when I open a mystery box, it's not free. I paid for it. I ordered it, I bought it, all those kind of things. So, but we all, you get to see from us. You get to see what it is and what it's about. I think we're all pretty honest with the things we open. I mean, my next video on Wednesday was a mystery girl box, and if you saw what happened with that one, it wasn't the best situation.
Yeah, and actually, in mine last week
rough.
was not super positive. I don't.
That was rough. And anyway, before I say what I want to say, so JLA member, thank you so much. Yeah, we all are very transparent and family fun.
We try to be.
Steven, I would love a Dunkin' sponsorship. That would be amazing.
I will put a hat on tomorrow. Tim Hortons, if you'd like to sponsor, I'm down.
Would love it. But that being said, with like transparency and everything, because I have seen people pull stars from Mystery Grail that are supposed to be grails that are not very high valued. I don't know what's going on there. I think I don't know if it's just, there are pops that are unfortunately like victims of price drops, on PPG. That happens all the time. Maybe if you don't open your box right away, and then like it could be something as quick as the time from when the box is shipped out to when you get it in hand. The pop could have fluctuated in value, either up or down. Sometimes, unfortunately, it is down. But I do think if Mystery Grail wants to, and this is no secret, like I'm sure that I know there's other people that have realized the Mystery Grail runs don't sell out as often as they used to. I did see that they did put in some really cool soda chases for, I think that was
I felt like the soda box this time was stepped up a little bit.
The soda boxes have stepped up, but I think if Mystery Grail wants to survive in 2024 and beyond, they're going to have to revamp their entire process. And I'm sure they're seeing it in the sales reflection, because the three of us all do Mystery Grail videos. So this is a direct impact on the community, right? The three of us do Mystery Grail videos. We enjoy opening the boxes. People in the community have messaged us, hey, I bought a box, or I bought my first box, or I'm getting 4 boxes this weekend. They're excited because they're opening up something that they saw in our channels or they saw on somebody else's channel. But when they open up something, like I'm not talking about like a non-hit. You open up like a $12 pop, it was a $15 box. It is what it is. But when you open up a star, and that's supposed to be the top 5% of boxes, and it's not worth, and I'm not saying it's all about value, but it technically is when you're advertising that these are the top hits, and when you're not pulling a significant more value compared to what you paid. Unfortunately, I think they got to reevaluate how they're doing it.
I think what they also have to do, and let's be honest. I was thinking about this actually the other day. I'm like, am I being fair when I'm thinking about, because a lot of people, like we get not necessarily negative comments, but like somebody put, hey, that's no grail, bud, is what they were saying. That I'm the bud, I guess, is hey, that's no, like I'm calling it a grail because that's what they have on their sticker. I'm not saying it's a grail. Do you know what I mean? I don't call $25 pops typically. You could call it a grail if you want.
That could be
$15. You got 25. It's a hit.
Yeah, it's a hit. But so what I was thinking about though, and to be fair with them, like they show all the pops that are in their runs that are grails. Yeah. You know what I mean? We could at any point just zoom that picture in and say, "Oh, Captain Crook's on here," and they think that's a grail. You know what? Maybe I'm not going to spend my money on this run of boxes. You know what I mean? Because I don't like listen, we buy mystery boxes like a lot. I don't know if you know this about us, but we buy a lot of mystery boxes. But what I don't like doing is burning my money for the most part. I don't mind losing a little bit of money. I don't mind breaking even, because really, even if we come out 20% ahead on PPG, we still lose. By the time you pay fees and shipping and try to do whatever you're going to do, you lose. I mean, it's just the way that mystery boxes are. They're not money makers. They just never will be. Not even when you're hitting the top hits. Can you have fun with them? Absolutely. You can buy one once in a while and be okay making a little bit. You can do it that way. But, long story short, it's not necessarily that I'm not happy pulling a 25. I feel like they just need to do a little revamp, like you said, John. I'd be more than happy to consult if they would like to consult at any point in time, because I would have a couple ideas. I think having the 1 in 250 chance or 1 in 500 chance of like a mega grail, I think where Funko's at this point at $15 boxes, I'm not super surprised they're maybe not selling out as fast as as they used to. I think they got to put maybe a little bit more into those boxes, like some of the other companies that we buy from. If you guys see us open the same boxes over and over from certain people, there's probably a reason for that, for the most part.
So JLA member says, I like this comment. This comment was perfectly timed. Mystery boxes are like lottery tickets. You should never buy them if you can't afford to lose that money.
100%.
And I do agree with that. But there are mystery box runs with higher risk than others. And I feel like the risk on Mystery Grail has now shot way through the roof compared to where it was before. Because let's say somebody pulls that Mega Grail, like you just mentioned, Vince, that crazy $1,200 pop, once in a lifetime pull. If they're dropping a run with 1,500 boxes, you got 1,499 people that week who are unhappy. And if they're unhappy, and a majority of the people who buy the run are going to be unhappy, but you want to minimize the number of people that are going to be unhappy so that they come back and they buy more boxes. And how they do that is putting in the multiple hits. And I always, commended them for doing the multiple hits. They normally do like 50 stars out of like 1,500 or something.
Something like that.
Theoretically, so you got 50 people out of 1,500 that are happy. Those 50 people theoretically should come back every single week. But yes, exactly, Wayne. There's other companies that put out boxes where it seems like every box in the run is either like has older stuff or great exclusives, or every box is guaranteed value. And then some of the boxes in the run have higher hits, like Boom Loot. For the most part, every single one of their boxes is guaranteed value. So now you got 100% of the people who are buying your mystery box run are happy. And that's why Boom Loot is selling out every single week within 30 minutes.
I think what it is Grail or Fail is what it is. When you do Grail or Fail, I mean, you're going to have, it just sets itself up for a lot of unhappy people. At $15 boxes, I always said this about, since we're doing the mystery, let's do the mystery Grail topic. I like this right now. So when you do Fail or Grail, you are going to have 80%, really 80-90% of the people are not going to be super happy, and you got to be okay with that. I think it's hard to like do that for year after year after year with the sense that you're going to lose money pretty much every time. Like I see Gerald's comment, he bought 25 boxes and 5 grails. Gerald, keep buying. Like you got to buy straight up lottery tickets at that point. That is fun. I mean, right there. If I got 1 out of 5, I don't think I'd sit here. We do, we pulled 2 in one video last week. But in saying that, we also opened 20, 25 and not pulled any. So, we pull one every maybe 15 to 20 boxes. And when the 15 to 20 boxes and you're only talking $30, yeah, you're losing money. And on top of that, I will be 100% honest, a lot of their pops have been a lot newer as of late. And you don't get those cool older ones for the most part. I've still enjoyed some of the mystery Grail boxes, but you don't get the same older stuff like you used to. I used to have a good time with that because you'd pull some old stuff, even if it wasn't super expensive and you lost money. I felt okay with that. And that the scratch cards still hold some value. You can't just completely dismiss those. I think that they
have a little bit of value, but maybe it's time that Mystery Girl looks into, instead of doing a single pop box, maybe I would pay a little bit more for better odds, lower runs, and older pops. So if they would look, and there's no reason why they couldn't do that. They buy the most collections out of anybody in the world. So they theoretically are bringing in the coolest stuff every single week, but I think a lot of that goes into their drops and they use it for other things. So they're using their newer stuff to move in the boxes.
Yeah. I think the odds are what gets me. I mean, I did a mystery box last night. You had the top hit it wasn't like their top hit, of course, their top hit. If you hit one of their top hits, it's crazy because you're paying $15 for the box. That's if you bought just one box. But even with like last night, 1 in 30 chance at a top hit for mine, and you had some other hits and you had a mix of stuff. But I think that's the kind of thing is like, I'd rather buy a box run that's 50, or even like we talked about with My World, they had what 200 boxes, I think they were doing for their
$12 box. Were they 12? I don't even
yeah.
remember what
So
I
you had
bought.
a
I
1 in
can't
50
remember now.
shot at a top hit, and then you got 2 pops and the other stuff, and it's $22, which I think it's $22 plus maybe like whatever the shipping was, maybe $8 or something like that. And I think that too is I would love to see them look at their shipping practice a little better, because I think they're making money on shipping at a certain point, because if you buy 4 boxes, you're getting charged $16 for shipping. There's no way they're getting billed $16 for shipping. Now they do have nice boxes. That's a plus,
Yeah,
inside
and
their
you're
box
probably
and
paying for some of
stuff
that,
like
which
that. So
I can
I'm
say
fine
we've
with
never
it.
got a damage. Have you ever got a damaged Mystery Grail box though?
No,
Never.
They're all in protectors. They're all in a box, and then they're usually inside another box with that. So I think that's always a plus too.
Yeah,
I
you're
think
getting
there's
protectors
always
with all of them. You're getting the scratch cards. Like I have not paid for a pop armor in the last 3 years.
Yeah, that's been nice.
Like legit, I've not bought a pop. Not that I have, I
your
still
own
have pop armors. I can't even put anything in, but I haven't
yet.
had to pay for it, and that is a bonus. You know what I mean? That is a bonus. The candy has gotten horrible. I'm just gonna be honest. I hate those little
I'm
fruit
kind of
tubes.
tired of the candy.
I get why they have to go with those now because they went with the smaller boxes. What else is gonna fit? Tootsie Rolls. Everybody hates Tootsie Rolls. I love Tootsie Rolls. You could send me Tootsie Rolls or Andy's Mints. Slip those suckers right in there.
Yeah,
Razzles could fit for you, Vince.
Razzles. I still eat the Razzles at the end of almost every stream. You guys see me pop some of those Razzles in there that Professor Josh gives me on my birthday.
I think I also saw Aussie Pop and Paul said mystery box sales are like all Funko at the moment down. So I kind of agree and I kind of disagree. I think a problem that we had with mystery grails since live auctions came into play is we had a lot of sellers move their auction process, or they moved their mystery box business to auction style, and a lot of them never moved back. So I think, and then there was, obviously everybody went and started purchasing pops through auctions, a whole different setup, the live auctions compared to what was traditional in the past. So the mystery box companies moved, and now you only have a few mystery box companies left on the market who just purely like drop them through a website or drop them through their Instagram page, what have you. And I also think people have gotten a lot smarter. I think people realize like, all right, or something that Evelyn just said, she doesn't do mystery boxes anymore because she doesn't want to get pops that she doesn't want. So when I think a lot of people realize that, they're like, all right, instead of me going for that 1 in 500 chance of getting some crazy cool pop, if I just save my money up for 6 months, I can then try to buy that pop from somebody on the secondary market. So I think it was a combination of that. And then, also like, the community itself has shrunk a little bit over the last few months, but I still see a lot of people playing in mystery box games, at least on Whatnot. If you look at, there's a lot of streams where people are doing mystery box games. The reason on Whatnot through the live sales is because the odds are really good. So you got people in there. I know, Vince, you buy a lot of mystery boxes on Whatnot, right? You're going after those auctions where it's like, all right, 1 in 10 chance at a redemption. Like there's some real some people out there who do know what
40 or 50 boxes max. You're not talking about 1,000 or
right.
200.
No, that's that's exactly what it is. You have to. I'm very calculated. Like we spend a lot.
You're thinking
because we have a channel, but I'll be full transparency. One more time, I buy boxes on Whatnot that you guys really don't see. And you'd be surprised. And I don't know, my luck is better on Whatnot than it has been with boxes that we pull. But like we hit some stuff. I bought 3 boxes from Toy USA about a week ago. I hit one of the grails. Like. And some of the people that are in the chat tonight, they've been in there when I hit some of these. So, I like to play in that if I'm almost guaranteed value, and if worst case scenario, I'm going to lose $10 at a $300 pop, I'm willing to take that risk once in a while. Now, guaranteed value, like look at the boxes that we open: Boom Loot, Smy World, Pop King Paul. Most of these runs are 50 boxes and less. So if you're talking like how is, the dynamic of the Funko mystery box game, you're only having to sell 50, 40, 30 boxes at a time. I venture to guess that it's going to mostly the same people for the most part. There's not this huge like I don't think there's thousands and thousands of people that do the mystery boxes. I think that thousands of people might like watching other people open up mystery boxes.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's this huge clamoring for that. And I kind of feel like it's been that way for a while now. I think that there was more, what you don't really see anymore is the Instagram mystery boxes. That's so few and far between. We get a couple here and there now, but that used to be like thriving when there was a good secondary market.
Who's there?
My son has never seen the biddy. He had no idea that these things tip out. Like if you breathe on them the wrong way, and if he's staring at me, they want something to eat or he wants money. I don't know which one it's going to be. I'm going to find out right now.
Ask him. What does he want? What would you like? Food or money?
Is it for your video games? Is that what this is for? You need why don't you just grab the phone off the table right here? Pick up Freddie. Did you break his crown off, Freddie?
I don't even know what he looks like. I haven't seen him in so long.
Josh saw him. He's almost as tall as me at this point. He won't. I know he won't grace his face. Should I make you come on camera now?
It's been like 2 years.
You wouldn't even recognize him, John.
Probably would.
I mean, you'd have to see a picture.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, the dynamic has changed a lot. And I feel like a lot of people also, like Vince said, they're watching because they don't have to spend money. Kind of like what Evelyn just said, I'll watch other people do it. It's just why, people still watch mystery box videos on YouTube. It's because people will watch for entertainment value. They don't have to spend their money to play. They can just watch and see what happens, see who pulls the top hits, and that's that. So,
well, you know what it is too? It's a lot harder to get rid of some. It used to be easier to get rid of them. It's a lot harder to get rid of the ones that you may not be keeping. You know what I mean? Luckily, we keep a whole ton, but the ones that even for us, I mean, like, and we have a little bit of, a community that will buy some of the ones that, we get people reach out to us all the time. Hey, are you not keeping this? I'd love to pick this one up. And, I'm more than happy to get rid of any of the ones that we're not keeping. And it's kind of part of the reason why we say which ones we're going to keep or which ones we're not going to keep, because, that becomes an issue if you're going to do it, consistently.
Well, I've also always wondered too, or not like always, but over the past year, ever since we lost a lot of mystery box sellers on Instagram, we also lost a lot of other Funko YouTube channels. People stopped posting as much. So I'm wondering, it's kind of like the chicken or the egg. Like, what came first? Is it because the YouTube, Funko YouTubers, went down, so they weren't? Because if you looked at a lot of people's the way they would do it was they would post in the comments all the people that bought a box, so you could see all the other people who bought a box. And that was kind of cool too, because then you were like, all right, if I got a box, I can go over to Vince's channel, see what he got. I can go over to Franchise Kicks, or you could go over to all these other channels and kind of see all the boxes in the run be opened up, and now that we have less people opening boxes, I'm wondering if that directly impacted the people. I mean, it must have, the people being able to sell those boxes. So yeah, it's just kind of that relationship in addition to all the live auction and whatnot stuff.
I think that probably affected the people, especially the Instagram sellers that were doing boxes. It would reach out to people. I think that kind of affects some of the people as well too. It's like Instagrammers would reach out to the YouTubers that they knew were mystery box people and might want in on a run. We all got tagged and stuff, every kind of run and things like that. And I think, that's kind of changed a little bit. I think just it's, and then I think people also realize it's a lot when you start unboxing a bunch of mystery boxes.
It's also hard to put runs together. I think people don't realize
and it takes a lot of time. Yeah, to make a really good run, especially you're building a single pop run is pretty easy, but when you build a box with 4 pops in it, that can take you 4 or 5 hours to build at least.
Oh, easy.
Yeah. You know, if kind of things are organized already in that, and you're just kind of pricing out.
That's if you have all the product on hand.
Yeah. So, you know, and people that do stuff all the time, like Pop King Paul and other people, like they put out pretty consistent runs, you know, now, and other, you know, I mean, Ralphie's putting out pretty consistent runs, you know, other people are. So, all those kind of things.
I love your shirt. Oh, do you want to wave to everybody? This is Emma. Everybody wave to Emma. Talking about
Emma.
Funko Pops. Unlike Luca, Emma's okay with showing her face.
I used to, he used to come on this channel every once in a while.
Shirt too, the best shirt.
You going to bed?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Bye.
Bye. We'll see you soon. Okay.
Good night.
Night.
You did a good job today with Toys for Tots.
Okay.
She's not camera shy at all.
Bye.
Come on, silly goose.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love when my kids used to think that I was fun.
Now they just want money.
Literally. And you know what's funny? He needed my phone to confirm a purchase that he was trying to make for his video games. I told you, it's either food or money. He doesn't come down here. I don't see him unless he needs that.
Usually, hey, Dad, is it okay if I buy this online?
Yeah.
Even though he could probably still do it.
Yeah, Jonathan, I'm not going to be letting her paint my face anytime soon. But she did have fun putting makeup on me. Riley, yes, that is on my to-do list very soon.
Oh my God, Riley, I was going to ask the same question, actually.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I made it to round 2. I am going to start pressuring John daily at this point.
I have one person who asks me every single day, and I'm like,
how about for Christmas? Can we have the Halloween?
No, I wanted to do a Christmas
pictures
one
done by Christmas.
I wanted to do one once a month. That was my goal, but I guess we have to finish October's before we venture into another one. So yes, I will be finishing that very soon.
John, listen, you have about 2 hours before December.
And we have a 4-hour drive to Massachusetts, so that's not going to happen.
Hey, problem solved. I think you're going to be multitasking. One hand on the wheel, the other on the phone judging.
If I wasn't driving, that'd be the perfect opportunity to do so.
Well,
no, it is still on my to-do list. Today we checked a big box with Toys for Tots. So
no, that is a huge undertaking.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I mean, mystery boxes, I think for the most part, I think that, listen, really with all collectibles, it's not just the Funko thing anyway. I think all of that is just down a little bit. There's still like people say you can't find. There's still good boxes out there. I mean, obviously we're buying enough every single week to we're not finding them, and I don't just buy stuff for the most part willy-nilly. Like there's got to be something in there that's pretty good, and the odds got to be pretty good, because if they don't meet those criteria, the most part, not saying we don't sometimes take stupid chances.
The only company that we will not blindly, but that we will, if it's available, we'll buy from is Boom Loot. That's just because they've built up that sort of reputation. Like we've never really had a bad box with them, so we'll just buy it. No,
their bigger boxes are the only ones that I pause on, because I've not found a good. Because I don't mind buying a big box every once in a while. It's just the combination's got to be really good. When I see a lot of NFT stuff in there, I get a little bit worried, because I feel like some of that might be a little bit overvalued, because I just feel like there's not been enough updates with PPG.
So
yet.
I'm actually so I agree with you in terms of value, but I'm actually okay with we don't really, kind of our budget now is I will really not in the game anymore for $250.
Right,
kind of like our max on a box,
and we don't do that very often anymore either, really.
Yeah, but with if I see a box that's actually NFT heavy, I'm okay with buying it, even if it's NFTs that I don't care about or collect, because there's a big portion of our community who watches our videos collectively, our channels, who don't participate in the pack openings, But it's like every NFT pop that we've ever pulled, like somebody messages us like that because they just want to be able to buy it, like that they're frustrated that they can't just buy it from Funko. And I get that, but that's just part of the process. There's been a lot of negativity and bad comments on like Drops posts and Funko's posts when they post a new NFT wave coming out. And I really disagree with most of the stuff that's being said. And I get it. People are just frustrated that they can't just buy that item from Funko, but that is actually a good thing. And that will actually help the hobby of Funko continue on when you do have barriers and challenges to get stuff. And I think Funko in 2024, if they want to kind of add more hype and create like more excitement in the hobby, I think they need to actually, if they're not going to limit items like per number, just give us more like event only exclusives or make it harder to get certain pops.
Well, I mean, to piggyback on that, it looks like they're going to be doing more cons this year. Did you guys see some of the cons that they announced?
I saw that, and I'm very happy about that because that's the other
Me
thing I
too.
really think would be good for them if they can make more appearances at not just San Diego Comic-Con and New York Comic-Con, like make more appearances at these like mid to lower level events if possible. Like just send a few people and set up a table. Like that will go a long way.
When it spreads around also like what parts of the country they're hitting as well too.
Yeah, they're going to be in Chicago, C2E2, which, man, I somehow I got to get out there. I got to figure out how many. My daughter's got her first dance competition of the year, of course, on that friggin' weekend. But I still might get out there. I might still make the trip out there. I don't really want to go by myself, but might have to. I mean, they will never come this close to us, I think, again.
You never know. What's up, Josh? He didn't recognize you without the beard.
You know, nobody can recognize me without the beard at this point, I think.
Yeah.
My kids started not recognizing me anymore either, so.
Yeah, so Aussie Pop and Paul, we've seen that too. There's a lot of people who are looking to sell collections, at least from some, not all. Some of the stuff that we've seen, a lot of people are trying to sell like stuff that like just came out, like super brand new. And we always kind of shy away from that, or we offer what we consider a very realistic percentage for those pops, because if something came out a month ago, you only have like 2 weeks worth of sales data to go off of. And that's just not enough for me to give it a definitive answer on what something is worth. And sometimes people get frustrated with that, but that's just the reality of the situation. Like now, if you have stuff from like 4 or 5 years ago, well, of course, it's got a solidified value. You can see all those sales and everything. But yeah, there's still a little bit, I feel like, of some of these people, like, they're either coming into the community or they've been in the community for a while and they're just like, I just bought all this stuff last month, or all these pre-orders just came in and I don't want it, and I'm going to turn around and sell it. And sometimes the PPG values are not accurate sometimes.
Yeah, especially on the newer stuff. I mean, you see it all the time. I mean, it doesn't get updated fast enough. And I get why. It's not like it's not Pop Price Guide's fault. I mean, they would need thousands of people to be updating it the way they would need to update it. We won't even talk about the Funko app because forget that right now. I mean, they've got a long way. They got a long way to go. I think they made the right call by teaming up with eBay on that. I think that is a good thing. I really think that that's going to move things forward. At the same time, for them to kind of go live with that, with obviously they're pulling sales from autograph prices, from autograph pieces, and they're pulling pricing from fake pops and from everything because they're just going off the sales. They don't have that right, not even close, because it screws a lot of things up. And unfortunately, people like us that or watch videos, you guys probably, a lot of people used to you ask us all the time, what's PPG? Now you have most people, and there's times that we'll explain every once in a while what Pop Price Guide is, but a lot more people know the Funko app. And when they start looking at the Funko app and they say, wow, this Captain Marvel is $150. Like, I got $150 pop, and they'll start talking about value and wanting to trade and do that kind of thing. Some people are just new to the hobby, and that's a beautiful part of it, but it's not a good way to get introduced into the hobby when you get let down by something, or you start to see and it makes you more confused. And that kind of bothers me, that their first point of entry, because it was for me. I had the Funko app before I learned about Pop Price Guy back in 2020, because I think at 2019 or 2020 is when they actually the Funko app bought out. I think it was Stashpedia at the time.
Yeah.
And I think I was like, when I first started, it was right around that time, right around that switch over. So we never really used the Stashpedia. But, you know, for people that are new, for that to be their first introduction and have it be so screwed up, I think that that's kind of bad. And I don't think that I don't think they really realize what that means. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Riley says things typically come down during the holidays, which is definitely true. You know,
That's
people
very
want
true as well.
Christmas money. They want to take their family to see shows and stuff. And usually collectibles are something very easy. You can grab off the shelf and sell fairly quickly, depending on what you have. But he said some of the things I'm seeing tank are just insane. I have seen some things go down quite a bit. However, at the same time, like, I am not panicking one bit. Like, there's been some stuff in my collection that went from, like, you know, $120. Like, a good example, the Rebels Darth Maul. I noticed that pop went down from like $75, $80. I think now it's like $35. So it's depreciated by 50%. But at the same time, like, yeah, if I'm going to sell it right now, okay, yeah, I'm going to take a huge loss. But at the same time, you have to remember, like, Darth Maul is important to me. That I like that pop, so I'm going to keep it. You know, I can keep it. If I needed to sell it, then yeah, I would sell it to go pay a bill or pay whatever I needed to do. But yeah, things go down during the holidays. Things fluctuate up and down, you know, based on what is going on in the hobby. And, you know, that doesn't mean that pop couldn't go shoot up over $100 again next year. You know, it's just everything ebbs and flows.
Yeah, I think that, you know, for the most part, especially for like older stuff, like if you have it now you're getting, it's like the stock market. And listen, we're not financial advisors, so take our advice with a grain of salt. But just like anything, if you let's say in 2016, okay, you're new to the hobby, would you have not picked up some of the pops from 2012, 2013? Like you'd be talking, like, look at John's collection behind him. That's some of the stuff I've heard, some of the prices that he's not paid $4,000 for this pop and $2,000 for that pop. He got it for fractions and fractions of that. Why? Because he loved what he was collecting. He purchased them at that whatever price he found that he said, hey, I'm willing to pay this price. And he got rewarded with that. You should be doing the same thing right now. If a pop drops by half the price, you're like, man, finally, I'm going to own something I really love for this price, because that's what it's worth in today's market. Pick that thing up, sit on it. If it stays at that price forever, God bless. If you're buying it for investment, because John may have done that, and I'm putting all these words in your mouth, and Josh has stuff too. Like, you both have collected longer than me, and that's why I'm using you guys for examples, because I've got some examples of stuff that I picked up lower. But, you know, when you're picking that stuff up, you're doing it not just for the potential of making thousands. If you're doing it that way, yeah, maybe you shouldn't be buying anything right at this point. But if you're,
I mean, we still invest in stuff. I mean, we have
for sure.
Like, I guess that's Vince's quote of the day, right? Full transparency. Like,
that's quote of my life. But yes, you could steal it.
We have a small fridge, not plugged in, a small fridge full of, you know, the first couple waves of sodas, the commons and a few chases that I don't plan on selling for like 5 to 10 years, because I think they're going to be worth a lot down the road. Just like stuff that you were just saying, pops from like 2015, 2016 are now worth a lot now. I think Funko has produced a lot of things in the last few years that I don't see appreciating quite a bit down the road. But at the same time, like, if you bought something that has depreciated, like, don't freak out and sell it just because you don't think that it's not going to go back up. Like, just hold on to it, just see what happens. And then, yeah, now is a great time. Like, the market being down, there's actually a bunch of pieces that I have on my wish list that if they start coming down a little bit more, I'm getting excited, because I'm going to start picking them up. You know, yeah. I'm pretty fired up about that. So, but yeah, what Linda said, 100%. If you're a new collector, collect what you like. not, what kind of money you think you can make. If it goes up, that's a bonus. Like, that is something that you should live by no matter what kind of economy that we are in.
Yeah, and I mean, really, that's the key right there. Like, I remember when the Miles Morales, the Foot Locker exclusive came out. Did I get two? Absolutely, I bought two because I loved that pop. I love the translucent on the bottom. I love that pop. And the other side of me was like, this might be worth something someday. And it's worth something right now. It's worth more than $15 what I paid for it. I don't even know where that one even sits anymore. But, some of this stuff, if you're enjoying the collecting, you want to buy one that you want to put away, I think you still can do that. What I might be saying is some of the stuff that has been released, and I think we've said this kind of a lot over the last couple weeks or a couple months now or whatever it's been, the newer stuff, I think for the most part probably was overproduced, but the older stuff, the stuff that was pre-2020, let's call it, if you got stuff that you love, keep it, hang on to it. If you need the money, it's a different story. If you have to sell stuff, you have to sell stuff. And I mean, that's got to be your number one priority. But I think I would keep stuff. I think this is going to be a long-term play. And I don't think the older stuff is just going to have zero value at some point. I think people are always going to be a part of pop culture. And I think that's what, Funko kind of thrives in.
And Umbrella just said it perfectly. The quick flip has jaded people's ideas of collection value cycles. Patience is your friend. 100%.
Yes,
like, this
100%.
is, I would hope that most people in here, if you have the size of a collection compared to the three of us, or you care about Funko this much that you're watching a live stream on a Thursday night instead of watching like a football game, or hey, maybe you're watching both.
I'd be multitasking if I were you, but
yeah, but like, I would hope that like you see this, or you're having enough fun in this hobby to want to do it for another 5 years, to want to go to events and to want to meet people in person and connect with other people in this hobby, and all the positives that this community has to offer. If you're in this for the quick flip, I don't know. I heard Pokemon cards are getting hot again, so maybe go check that out. Like, I don't think you're going to see that with many items. There are going to be items that pop up, and hey, maybe Funko could surprise us next year and they start whipping out like 500 piece metallic this at C2E2 and 100 piece this at some random baseball game. Like, they could whip out some really crazy.
I think they have to do what they said they were going to do. They got to get back to the grassroots things. They really do. It was, John, you said it when we were talking for the couple minutes before. They kind of released some of their highlights over the last year, which I thought was kind of cool to just see Funko. Like, that felt like something new or something different. It felt good to see them kind of do that. One thing I noticed out of there, did you see they released almost 1,700 pops this year? Did you remember seeing that little part of it? I think it was 1,790 or something like that.
Yeah, that's a lot.
1,800 pops in 1 year. Like, that's too much. That's like,
that doesn't include all this other stuff. Pins, minis.
No, that's, I know.
Sodas,
that's 5 pops. That's like 5 pops a day.
Yes. Like, that's too much. Yeah, but I think it was nice that they put that out. And it also tells me, though, listen, it can get a lot better. I think they were trying to do too much. If they want to be a strong company, I think they got to do what they said. They got to get back to doing the things that we keep just saying over and over every week. So I don't want to talk about that too much because we just could keep repeating ourselves. But, I'm still loving it. I'm still enjoying it. I'm looking forward to the new year and see what everything's gonna bring us.
Yeah, I agree with that. They need to go back in the mom and dad, like mom and pop stores, and not big retailers who could care less. I agree with that 100%. And I think that there's a lot of other collectibles who should probably do the same thing, because the big box retailers, they don't care about condition. They don't care about limited edition. They are just putting the stuff on the shelf. It's gonna get rummaged through. It's gonna get kicked. It's gonna get dropped. Like, they're just bringing pallets out to the floor because they expect it to sell. And, put it in a mom and pop comic book shop that isn't going to spider wrap a 10-inch pop, and crush the window. Like, why would someone do that? Number one. And how do you expect, as the big box retailer, how do you expect a customer, not even a collector, a customer to want to buy that product? There's no way.
Who's walking out of the store with a 10?
That's what I was just gonna say.
Like, I
You
want to
stick
know.
it down your pants or something? Like, what happens to that?
Well, no, I bet you. I mean, there are people that are going in there looking. Remember when everybody's going to Walmart looking for that 10-inch Superman chase? But like, if you walk in and the only ones left are the commons that are all spider wrapped and have crushed windows, well, I'm not paying full price for that. I don't even want to pay $1 for that. It shouldn't be that damaged directly from the secondary retailer. Like, so yeah, I agree with that. Go back to the mom and pop stores, go back to the comic book shops, go back to these little off the wall stores that they only have one or two of in each state or each country. Like,
do more cons.
Yeah, more
but
cons.
I think like places like Hot Topic and that help Funko thrive though too. Like I think some of those places, and those places probably do take care of stuff better. I find like the Hot Topics and the box lunches.
Yeah, box lunch and Hot Topic are definitely two that are. I think Target has fallen off a lot. Walmart has been kind of atrocious for a long time.
I mean, yeah, and that's just the nature of that retail beast. Like that.
I think the only thing that's hurt Hot Topic and box lunch over the last couple of years are the restocks. I think when people started to feel like they didn't have to pre-order something or rush out to get it because you just don't need to anymore. And that is not like super recent. Like, this has only happened over the last year or two but everything just restocks at some, like, you just, there's no urgency to go to the store.
4 years ago, they didn't restock. They didn't.
Well,
that old and gone.
That and all I feel like there's been a lot more what do you call it, like exclusions with like hot cash and box lunch money. Like, some things count, some things don't count, and then there's also like these like box lunch, it's like $17.90 for a soda, and then if you use the box lunch money, like, you have to buy like 4 sodas and then you get the one free. Like, you have to play around with the website so much. And I think when you make it harder for a consumer to spend money at some point or at every stage of the process, you're going to lose a percentage of people because they're just like, this isn't worth my time, or I can't figure out the website. I give up, So I think that's played a part into it too. So, and they need to do more cool stuff on the Funko Shop. If the Funko Shop is going to be the main place for us to buy exclusives, or if we're going there anyway, you got to drop something cool on the site. You got to drop like a 5,000 piece this or a 2,000 piece this, or, I mean, heck, drop like a 250 piece pop and just let the website go nuts. You remember when the website would go down because there would be so many people trying to get something?
I wanted to go down again, Yeah, and that's another point. Like the Funko Shop exclusives, it used to feel kind of special. Did they only do, like, think about one, if they did one a week? There had to be more than 50 Funko Shop exclusives this year, right?
There's probably more than 50 on their site still for sale.
That's kind of what I'm saying. Like, make it feel special again. They just too much of everything, and just too much of.
I'm actually
Funko Shop only right now. If you click on exclusive Funko Shop only, it includes like sodas, bags, lounge fly, some of those things in it as well. 186 items still on the site. Funko Shop only items.
It's a lot.
Yeah, they need to slash the amount of stuff they make for a con. Like, I know they, like, at the physical event, they divide up all the product evenly. So if they have like, 10,000 items, they're putting out 2,500 items per day for each exclusive. Like, they should put everything up on the website. Like, make less, put it all up on the website on Thursday of con weekend. If it all sells out, it sells out. Like, that's it. Like, don't reload the website with another 5,000 units that you have planned. Like, if you only got 10,000 units of the newest Deadpool pop that everybody wants from the con, just throw it up. And if it sells out, it sells out. Like, that's going to cause more hype and more excitement, because then if you have a portion of people that are just like, oh, I'll just catch the restock for the Luffy poster the following day, like, I don't know. Like, I think restocks in general,
Yeah, everywhere. That urgency has got to come back a little bit for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael. And the Nightmare, yes, I did cut my beard. If you guys were coming in late and didn't realize it, or just said, "Man, he looks extra handsome tonight," yes, that's what the difference is. So,
Secret to the Fountain of Youth.
and my mouse died.
Oh, jeez.
My camera's still working though, so
That's
good.
important. That's important. But
Ban restocks. I don't mind a restock, but I say a restock of like a provider. I think sometimes it's okay if it's recent to like when it came out, but when it's like a year or two later and it's restocked, then
Yeah,
6
like a
months
more
later. Like if
I'd
you're
like-
like putting stuff out and then it sells out because maybe the inventory's gone for that time, and then there's some more that's still coming, that's fine. But when you go to like 6 months, a year out, something like that, and restock, then you're like, what? What's going on?
Yeah, I think at some point they got to get like some kind of a schedule with when things are vaulted, and do some of the they got to get to some of that where it's a little bit more understood on how and it doesn't have to be the same for everything. I think it's fine to be a little bit open with that and restock. But yeah, you shouldn't have restocks after a couple years. I think that hurts things a little bit, and
It kills things. Like
Yeah.
especially after people paid for them, and that was the hot topic demise of 2 years ago, about 2-3 years ago, I think, that
yeah,
people didn't trust like Hot Topic wouldn't restock.
they did that with was it Andy Dwyer?
Andy Dwyer was a killer. That one was like an $80 pop. That probably, I don't think it's.
There might have been an All Might, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there was a couple of them that was like killed him.
Yeah.
yeah, 250 piece Freddy is Leonidas. That'd be pretty cool. Also, but I think we can back off Freddy a little bit for 2024.
Listen. I think we could probably talk another 2 hours, and we're just gonna keep saying do less of everything. Even Freddy, who would have thought that we would say that? But even Freddy, they got to back off him a little bit.
But I also think there's a lot of characters from a lot of different shows and movies, and there's a lot of source material out there that I feel like Funko still hasn't touched. So I think we can broaden our horizon a little bit. Like obviously they still need to make the Batmans and the All Mights and the Luffys and the certain characters that everybody loves. But at the same time, like make some other more obscure characters. And also somebody had a great comment on our video from Monday when I opened up the NFTs. Make more original characters. Like just come up with like a new monsters line, or like a new line of like, I don't know, do like a line of like ghosts, and they all have like everyday jobs, and have like the dentist ghost, and have it something cool where like he's missing a bunch of teeth, and have like a construction
I'd like a
worker
dentist ghost, to be honest with you.
I'm just spitballing here. I'm just
I didn't
saying,
know I
like,
needed that until you just said that. Now I need a dentist to
That's
go.
your new toy line, John. What are you talking about, right?
Yeah,
there?
I'm just
Give it away.
yeah.
That happened.
But do like but like give them like funky names, like I don't know, like Dr. Door Handle or something. I don't know. Like give them like just these really
Guys,
like off the wall.
Please, if somebody's watching this on the replay, please, I need a dentist ghost that's called Dr. Doorknob. I will pay handsomely for such a thing.
But I feel, and then
tens of dollars for something like that.
Yeah, I just feel like if you do stuff like that, like
no, I'm not even. I'm kind of joking. But I'm kind of being for real right now. The original characters are some of the best stuff that they probably released this year.
Exactly, like Sid Vicious, yeah, like stuff like that, like just do more of it. And then if you can create like this is where Funko would really kill it. Like if they could create, like if they had their artists work up like not necessarily like a comic book line, but if you had like a comic book strip, and then if you had like corresponding posters with these characters that you could only get at certain events, and if they came out with like pins, and then they could coordinate with Loungefly and do like the Dr. Doorknob dentist ghost backpack. I'm just saying, like
I'm sold.
I'm just
I'm
saying
down
they
for
could
a
do some
bag.
cool stuff like that, and then you don't have to pay the licensing fees to these big companies like Disney, who probably mandate like, this is Boba Fett. He can only be standing like this. He has to have this weapon and this armor and look like this. You know, there's probably all those limitations that are put in. So if you get rid of those limitations and you give collectors something different, because at the end of the day, we love Funko, and if you give us something original and creative and something different, I bet you there's a good amount of people who, not everybody, but I bet you a good amount of people will be like, oh, that's cool. I appreciate what you're doing. And then you're going to have a portion of people who are like, I have to have that. I'm collecting every single ghost. I need every single one in the line. I'm so excited for the next one to come out.
No, I think they definitely can just do some cool stuff. Dr. Doorknob sounds amazing. Honestly, where is this guy? Like, look at
how about, I was thinking like, but one of the things they do a lot of different things. Yeah.
Just do stuff like this every once. Like, this is one of my favorite pops right here. Salty, is this guy? I think this guy's name is Salty, if I remember correctly. I mean, just do these every once in a while. I don't need my 40-second Spider-Man. Give me one of these. If you make it this cool, I'll buy it. Like, this is just awesome. Give me Dr. Doorknob. I'll buy it.
I think a line you see a lot of stuff that's not like necessarily the Pop Asia lines. Some of those, they do a lot of different like mythical creatures and things like that over the years, and things that really don't. They also, I mean, even that, like all the myth line.
Yeah, did they lose their license to the myths?
There is no license. No, you don't have to have a license for a lot of those.
I know, that's my point.
No, they couldn't have. They did that Blacklight Bigfoot not too long ago.
That was their 7th Bigfoot, though.
No, but I'm saying, but that's still part of the myths line.
No,
so,
right. But
the other thing too, like, where's the rest of the around the world pops? Isn't there like 199 recognized countries by the UN? They only made
just stopped all that.
Around the world. I mean, that's a lot of other pops they can make right there.
I felt like those did halfway decent.
Yeah. But I think people are also tired of because the shows. So it's funny. I just watched, there's another YouTuber that I watched, and he had a very similar conversation in regards to comic books and how comic books apparently are not selling for as high prices as they normally would. And he was attributing most of it to overproduction and the movies and TV shows not doing as well as, in the, 2 to 3 years ago, like pre-pandemic, or even a little bit during the pandemic and everything. So, these are conversations that a lot of other, communities are having. But one of the things he did say was that some of the comic books that were not very valuable like a year ago, now people were going after them because people were just looking into different things, and like the high value stuff was coming down. And I think we're actually seeing that a little bit in Funko too. There's still pops that are going up in value. It's just, I feel like the negative stuff and the pops going down gets way more attention than some stuff that people might actually be buying right now. And we're just not all talking about that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't done in a while. When's the last time? Like when they did the bad and like the like not viewer, but like fan creations, like
like candy corn.
Yeah, like candy corn. And there was a bat. Remember the bat with the baseball bat? And
Bat
Boy and stuff like that. Like those kind of things were fun, but they're also a fan creation, so it got some like people saw something come to life that someone else created.
They got away from doing the picture a day thing. Like there's a lot of stuff they kind of got away from that connected them more to the community. I mean, listen, as much as we even talked about it with the YouTube things, like I like that they did that every once in a while. Were they the best ever? Probably not. And could they have connected? Like could they have done it maybe a little bit different? Like I don't think that they gave them enough to work with when they did the YouTube lives, and man, even the Instagram lives, guys. Like when's the last one? And you know what I mean? Like they got to get it. Like,
well, that's a perfect opportunity for us.
I mean, I'm not saying that they need to like do something that gets us connected back to the
I will say
the community a little bit.
like right here. I would rather like don't send me a box. Like don't send me product. I would rather go live on like Original Funko's Instagram, like me with a representative from Original Funko, and we just talk about like just start a conversation and be like, guys, like what Star Wars pops would you guys love to see? Or today we're going to break down, or today we're just going to have a Star Wars conversation. And then we're going to pick somebody random in the chat and we're going to give away, you know, a Darth Vader pop or something, you know, get people in there. Or even, I don't even have to go live. Just be like, hey, we're doing a collaboration, or Funko's doing a collaboration with Vince from the Poppin Duo, and Vince from the Poppin Duo and Mary Sue from Funko, they're going to select the coolest ad icon picture that you guys post on Instagram, and you have to tag Funko and Poppin Duo. And at the end of the week, we'll pick a winner, and we're going to give away this like Twinkie the Kid t-shirt or something. I don't know, like just stuff like that, you know, like just to get people more involved, because that's a big thing that we love to do as collectors. And I know I'm saying all this as I didn't finish my own picture contest on Instagram, but like we all love showing off our stuff, right? Like we love talking about our stuff. We love taking pictures of our stuff, making little reels and stuff. I know I love it. I see a lot of other talented creators doing it on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube Shorts and everything. So they need to do more of that and use the content creators to connect the community a little bit more, because some people are not as comfortable with like speaking up or using their social media platform to voice their passion, even though they have that passion. Sometimes they just need a little push to get themselves out there, and then to be like, hey, no, this guy does have a really cool pop collection, and he has been collecting Funko for a long time, and he knows a lot about the company. He's just never been very vocal about his collecting habit.
Yeah.
So I had a fun idea for Funko that I just thought about, because we were talking about like all the customs and things like that. So you had your pop yourselves, right? Everyone popped yourself. Have you done that yet, Vince? Have you guys done that?
I did not. You know, when I spent my coins or whatever I spent on the thing to do the thing, and I never even did it. I did the early access and then I didn't get it. I like, what is that?
How fun would that be if like any of the Funko Pop creators, like once you create yours and you like it, you could just make that available for anyone to buy. Like,
yeah, wouldn't people love that?
All they do is click on this thing, it orders all the same pieces to it and sends it to that person. I mean, imagine like Top Pops put that out there, and how many they would sell, because people would want to buy a Top Pops Funko Pop. That's pop yourself. I mean, all they have to do is really create something that links to a thing that orders everything the same as that piece that you're ordering. So something simple as that could, you know, help drive. I mean, Pop Yourself, I think, has probably done well for them reaching beyond also sometimes the traditional Funko collector, because people are, I'm sure, buying them as gifts, or know someone that likes, you know, Funko, or likes or like, oh, this would make a great graduation gift or a great birthday gift or Christmas gift coming up and things like that, to have, you know, Funko Pop for your desk or have your own. So I think that would be really cool if they had a thing where you could share it, and then people could just click your link if they want to order your Pop Yourself version of something.
Yeah,
there's all you do is add that to your cart, all the pieces to your cart, and you could order it and have it shipped to you. Imagine
all they got to do. Listen,
PFO 3-piece set. PFO 3-piece set. How many people in the chat would buy a PFO 3-piece set?
I'm sure there's 3 or 4 that would definitely do that. 100%. I think we could sell.
I mean, the 3 of us,
3 of them
buy it. That's about
the 3-pack, the PFO 3-pack. I think we could sell 15 of them, no problem. 15 easily.
And you know, and Linda, you bring up a good point about the kids not reading comics. I know they're not reading comics as like they used to, because everybody's on their phones. They're scrolling through reels and playing on iPads. So yeah,
they're reading comics on their phone though too. They're not buying them. You can get a subscription and read them on your phone.
True.
That's where a lot, like our one friend, she loves comics. She's a teenager. She loves comics, but she has a subscription. Like, she'll buy some sometimes, but she has a subscription and she'll just go through.
Dude, I'm so late. I've watched YouTube videos about people explaining the comics, because I don't want to have to sit down. Like I just, I think that's a more fun way to do it for me. But I'd still like to collect comics too. I just can't collect any more stuff. But
only so much space.
But it is what it is, as they say. So, guys, we're up at the hour and a half mark over here. There wasn't a ton of new stuff, and we're going to be back again next week. We'd like to go around the horn and let everybody know what we have going on going into the first week of December, the first week to the countdown to the end of the year. Josh, what do you have going on?
First week of December. So kicking off this weekend, we'll have some fun Funko sodas. We have some 3 liters to open still that we got on sale and some other stuff. And then next week we have a nice big box. I'm trying to decide, cause I don't know about you guys, but I have a ton of NFTs that have come in recently as well too.
I know
all at once, it seems like, because they're piling up out there. So it's either going to be that, or I also have a nice $170 boom loop box.
Oh, nice!
I might open that because that's curious, making me more curious than the thing I know what is in the box. So.
Nice.
No auction next week, but the week after we'll have a soda auction. There's going to be a nice older Grail soda in there too as well.
We'll be checking that out. John?
That's me.
So you want to pull up this and just say you got a lot of stuff and we'll move on?
We do have a lot of stuff. But I do want to thank everybody once again for helping us with our Toys for Tots drive. It was really special what we were able to accomplish. Still kind of blown away. I know some people weren't surprised, but I'm still surprised that we were able to double our goal. So thank you guys so much. Yeah, I mean, we obviously couldn't have done it without you. Even though we did have some stuff that we threw in the auction, I mean, you guys donated all the stuff that allowed us to raise that much money. So thank you guys so much for that. And then also, I was truly humbled over the weekend. I had a pretty crazy 30th birthday. So it was mellow overall by my choice. I just wanted to hang out with family and relax and chill out. But it was really special because so many people messaged me and texted me and made sure I had a really good birthday. So yeah, thank you guys so much, including Josh and Vince here. So that was special. Thank you guys for texting me and everything. So yeah, we got videos coming up. Be on the lookout for that. And December is going to be another fun month, and can't believe that we're knocking on the door of 2024. So
yes, we're there. We are already there. Well, we have videos coming out next week that we have not shot yet, so I can't give you a real fun rundown of what we're going to have come out next week, but there will be videos. And then we are going to, you know what? I was not going to do any auctions in December, but the amount of people that messaged us, I almost felt bad that we didn't have an auction. So I decided that we are going to do an auction. And if we lose our booties because everybody's got to spend money elsewhere, so be it, is what I'm going to say. I'm going to try to put a good auction together on Tuesday. And whatever we sell stuff for, we sell stuff for. We'll probably do a small run, 20 box mystery box run is what I'm guessing we're going to do. And then we'll see it. We'll play it by ear for the rest of the month. If we're going to hang out every Tuesday on Whatnot. You guys can come over, say hi. We'll give stuff away and maybe sell a couple things and we'll see what happens. But I'm looking forward to the December month as well. We got some top fives and stuff like that in some shorts, in some of our videos. We got our Christmas stuff coming out. So December should be fun. End of the year should be fun. Looking forward to 2024. I think we got one more video on our channel before the end of the year, so we'll see you guys back then. But thank you guys so much. And Pipsqueak, 18 months, year and a half. Are you trying to make me cry right before I end the stream here? Thank you so much and thank you really, truly, again, guys, for all of you guys that show up here every week. We really do truly appreciate that. This has been another Thursday night PFO. We will be back on John's channel. See, I was right. John's channel next week.
The jaw.
I was just gonna leave it at Joe, but
yeah.
I was gonna throw the other letters in. So, guys, thank you so much. Happy Thursday. Have a great weekend. Stay safe out there. And I'm gonna end this stream now and wave until everybody goes away. Hold on. One more button. Okay.